After her husband died, Maria promised herself she would never love again. For 10 years, she kept that promise. She lived for her children Adam and Emma and asked for nothing in return. But life is strange. It gives you love when you least expect it. Maria didn't plan to fall in love with David, but his kindness, his gentle smile, they made her feel alive again. She hid it like a guilty secret. She knew, she knew her children would never understand, and secrets have a way of coming out. But inside, Maria truly wanted David to be part of her family. She dreamed of simple things, sharing breakfast together, laughing at dinner table, watching TV as a family again. Yet every time that dream touched her heart, fear pushed it away. What if Adam and Emma judged her? What if they hated David or worse, hated her? So she kept her love hidden in quiet moments. A coffee shop far from home, a walk in the park when no one was watching, a stolen smile after work. Then one day, Adam came home earlier than usual. He opened the door and froze. There in their living room sat David. Maria's eyes widened. She hadn't expected Adam to be back so soon. David stood up, nervous. He held out his hands to greet Adam. But Adam didn't move. His eyes went from David to his mother. His face tight with shock and something else. Disappointment, betrayal. The silence in that room felt heavier than all the lonely years Maya had carried alone. Adam clenched his jaw. He looked at David's outstretched hand but didn't take it. Who is he, Mom? Adam's voice was calm, but his eyes were not. Maria opened her mouth, but the words stuck in her throat. David glanced at her, then lowered his hand. Adam, this is David. He's my friend. Adam let out a bitter laugh. Friend? Is that what we are calling it? Maria felt her face burn. She wanted to explain everything. How lonely she'd been, how kind David was, how she still loved their father but needed to feel alive again. But Adam didn't wait. Does Emma know? He asked. Maria shook her head slowly. Don't tell her. Adam snapped. Not yet. I'll talk to her. He grabbed his bag and stormed upstairs. The door slammed shut so hard the walls shivered. Maria sank onto the couch. David sat beside her, gently placing his hand over her. I shouldn't have come here, he whispered. Maria looked at him, eyes brimming. No, it's my fault. I thought I could hide this forever. Upstairs, Adam paced in his room like a trapped animal. To him, it felt like his mother had betrayed his father's memory. The family memory, The man who'd work two jobs would love Maria until his last breath. Adam didn't see her loneliness, he only saw a betrayal. He didn't sleep that night, instead, he called Emma. Emma, Emma, you need to come home tomorrow. We need to talk. It's about Mom. He said coldly. Emma, still away at university, asked, What happened? But Adam refused to explain. By morning, Maria sat at the kitchen table, staring at her cold tea. David was gone. He would left quietly after Adam outburst. When Emma walked in that evening, suitcase in hand, she knew something was wrong. The air was heavy like a storm waiting to break. Mom? Emma asked softly. But Maria could answer. Adam stepped in. His eyes were dark, his voice sharp. Tell her, Mom, or should I? Maria's lips trembled. She wanted to protect Emma from the anger, the judgment, but there was nowhere to hide now. Emma, I met someone, Maria whispered. Emma frowned. Met someone? What do you mean? Adam slammed his hand on the table. She's seeing a man. Emma, does that photo still sit in this house? Emma's mouth fell open. She turned to Maria, her voice barely a whisper. Mom, is this true? Maria felt the tear rise. She nodded once. His name is David. He's kind. He makes me feel. She stopped. The words sounded selfish even to her own ears. Adam scoffed. Make you feel what? Young again? Free? Do you even think about that? Maria's tears finally spilled. Every single day, she whispered, I think about him every single day. But he's gone. Adam, he's not coming back. Adam's voice turned to still. Then maybe you should go too. Be with him. The words cut deeper than any knife. Maria gasped. Emma flinched. Adam, Emma shouted, shocked at her brother's cruelty. But Adam didn't care. He turned and walked out of the house, slamming the door behind him like he'd slammed his heart shut. Emma's voice trembled as her anger broke through. Mom, how could you do that? Don't you even think about that for a second? Maria opened her mouth, but Emma raised her hand. No, Mom, now you listen to me. You have no right to spoil our house like this. We were living happily. Maria's eyes snapped up, the pain in her chest bursting out at last. Happily? Really, Emma? Do you ever hear yourself? Emma blinked, taken aback. Maria's voice rose, years of silence, sacrifice, finally spilling out. When was the last time you sat with me, Emma? The last time you hugged me, talked to me like I'm more than just someone who cooks your dinner and washes your clothes. Emma's mouth opened, but no words came. Maria stood now, her hand shaking. You both move on. College, jobs, friends, you have your lives. And me? I sit here in this silent house full of memories, talking to a photographer every night. Is that what you want for me? To stay a ghost while you live? Tears rolled down Emma's cheeks. She would never seen her mother like this, strong, angry, heartbreakingly human. Mom, I didn't know, Emma whispered. Maria laughed, a broken sound. No, you didn't, because I never let you see it. I hid it all for you. For Adam, but I cannot anymore, Emma. I'm still alive and I want to feel alive. Is that so wrong? Emma wiped her tears and stepped closer to her mother. For the first time in years, she really looked at her, at the tired lines around her eyes, the trembling hands, the loneliness hidden behind the forced smiles. Mum, I didn't know you felt so alone, Emma whispered. Maria's shoulder dropped, her anger melting into quiet sadness. I never wanted you to know. I just want you both to be happy. But I forgot about myself. Emma reached out and pulled Maria's into a hug they both had needed for so long. I'm so sorry, Mum, Emma said, her voice cracking. I want you to be happy too, really happy. Maria clutched her daughter tightly, tears wetting Emma's hair. A few days passed before Adam came home. He walked in, still angry, but inside he felt the words Emma had left him ringing in his head. He found Maria in the kitchen, quietly making tea. For a moment he just stood there, then he saw the deep sadness in her eyes. The same eyes that had stayed awake every night when he was sick as a child. The same hands that had held his when he was cured. Mom, he said softly. Maria turned, surprised. Adam lowered his eyes. He hated apologize, but he forced the words out. I'm sorry for what I said. I miss Dad so much. I thought if you moved on, it means he didn't matter anymore. Maria shook her head and cupped his cheeks with her hands. Adam, he will always matter. He was my first love, my family, your father. No one can take his place, but my heart, it's not a grave. It still beats. Adam swallowed hard, tears pricking his eyes. He nodded. Is David good to you? Maria smiled, a small shy smile that made her look young again. Yes, he make me feel seen. Adam gave a weak laugh, then maybe invite him for dinner. I'll try to be less of a jerk. Maria hugged him, her heart tighter than it had felt in years. Sometimes love doesn't die. It changes shape. It's sometimes the bravest thing a mother can do. It reminds her children that her heart still belongs to life. Love doesn't replace love. It grows around what we have lost. Sometimes the ones we love need time to understand. And sometimes they surprise us by loving us enough to let us live again. Maria pulled back slightly to look at Adam's face, the same face she had kissed goodnight 1,000 times. She saw her little boy hidden behind the man standing before her now. Thank you, Adam, she whispered. I promise you, this won't change what we were or what we will always be. Adam nodded. There was still hurt in his eyes, but now there was also a small, awkward hope, the first sign that forgiveness was possible. A week later, David came to dinner. He brought flowers for Maria and a small box of chocolates for Emma, who giggled and thanked him shyly. Adam sat stiffly at first, his arm crossed, but when David asked him about football and work, Adam slowly found himself answering, not fully warm yet, but not cold either. After dinner, Maria stood at the sink washing dishes. Emma leaned against the counter, watching her mother hum softly, something she hadn't heard in years. You look happy, Mom, Emma said. Maria turned her hands wet and soapy, but her eyes bright. I am. She looked at Emma and then at Adam, who sat in the living room with David, listening to a story about his travel. For the first time in so long, the house didn't feel like a museum of memories. It felt alive. Outside, the wind rustled the old family photo that still hung in the hallway. Her late husband's smiles frozen in time. Maria touched the frame gently that night before bed. Thank you, she whispered to the photo, as if he could hear her, for the life you gave me, for our children's, and for letting me find my heart again. Sometimes life gives us more than one chance to love, and when it does, it's not betrayal, it's courage. Because even a mother heart deserves to feel alive twice.